Okay. Well, good afternoon, everyone. And you have tuned in to another episode of Magical Mayhem with Nellie Mac and Madam.
Hey
Hey.
everybody.
So, yeah, today I'm on my cell phone having some technical difficulties, as is par for the course for Skeleton Key Network.
I think it's just kind of happening. We did a whole group healing live last night for the equinox, and it was like the internet was horrible. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's Mercury retrograde or something, right? I mean, just
It's the retrograde stuff, I think, that's like
yeah,
getting to a lot of people.
yeah, yep, absolutely.
Yeah, and so yes, yesterday was the autumnal equinox, and
Hmm.
we celebrated. We had a big bonfire, and I bought those little tiny cinnamon brooms,
Oh yeah,
and we swept away the negativity in our lives, and then we
uh-huh,
burned our little cinnamon brooms.
right?
And then we just had some pumpkin cake, and we've been eating apples a lot,
Yeah,
that time of year. Got to have that stuff.
yeah,
And it's really it celebrates the season, the
yeah,
harvest season, and just taking inventory of where you are before we head into winter.
yep,
So
yeah. I
yeah,
meant to do my
balance
May.
balance is a big deal now.
Yes, absolutely. I meant to
Yeah.
do my Maybon spell, my yearly one last night, and I forgot. I'll have to do it tonight because my daughter found a beautiful young acorn on a tree. And so then
Ah,
you take a dollar bill on Maybon. So I'm going to try to do it today, even though it's a day late. And you
yeah.
like stick your acorn in it, and you just wrap it all up, and you tuck it away somewhere, um, so that anytime until next Maybon that you need money, the universe will be sure that you have it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do the
Yeah,
same. I have a
I.
lovely young acorn, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do that when we're done here.
I think I'm going to throw a little bit of cinnamon in there too. Cinnamon, you
Ooh,
can't
yeah.
go wrong with cinnamon. And
Good
then
call.
I don't remember what the spell actually was. I'm just going to say something like I'm doing this for the intention that there's always, right? There's always enough.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. And then you just tuck it
Yeah.
away somewhere. Like I have this little I got this at Spellbound, and
Nice.
it just opens up, and you can like put all the little secret stuff in there. So
That's
that's
lovely. That's really
yeah,
a nice
I
box. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it is. They have really nice stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's been a while since I've been there, but yes, I,
yeah.
I love going to places like that
Hmm.
where there's like, lots of witchy stuff.
Yeah, not just crystals. That's the thing is they do have a little bit of
Mhm.
crystals, but they're more on the spiritual, right?
Yeah.
Like, the stuff that you need for your craft and stuff like that.
I love crafts,
Yeah.
putting your intentions in there, and that's good stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, me and Bob are just chilling hard. Bob,
Yeah.
he's so funny. He's such a character. I think I'm going to make Bob his own Amazon wish list.
Uh, he would
Lord, I
like
told
that.
him if I ever got loads and loads of money, I'd buy him his own cat food factory. So then he can have his own cat food factory.
There you go. And
He'll never go hungry again.
that's right. He might end up being pretty rich too if he sells it. Sells the food.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, he's such a
Yeah.
handsome spokesmodel.
He is. He is. He is.
Oh gosh. Well, today we were talking about mermaids, and I felt like a
Mhm.
mermaid when I had to boat in and out of my house, and
Yeah.
was always in the water.
Yeah. You say that happens at least once a year, doesn't it?
Well, it can happen. It can happen any given year, but we haven't flooded now since 2019 was the last time it flooded. So
Okay.
it's been a couple years.
Uh-huh.
and I'm preparing myself,
Yeah.
because you really do have to prepare way ahead of time for this stuff, especially when you know it's coming. Oh, Bob's scratching himself. Better. So anyway, so what's your experience with mermaids?
Well, I'm one of those people that believe that all of those mythical beings are real. So I've actually worked with them in my business a lot. Like they bring through healing,
Uh-huh.
and yeah. So I actually what they like to do really is like sexual healing. Like they
Uh-huh.
do that with us, and then um, I don't know. It was the beginning of this year. All of
Mm-hmm.
a sudden, like so like Neptune, the god,
Uh-huh.
he's kind of seen as a mer person, right? And
Yeah.
he just kind of showed up and gave me a whole new form of Reiki called Mermaid Transformational Reiki that works with
Uh-huh.
him, and then a huge collective of mer people. And so
Mm.
that like goes through and clears like all the fluids of your body, like your
Uh-huh.
lymph and your blood and all of that, and keeps it moving properly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I think they're cool, and I love working with them.
Oh yeah, they are cool. And it's just amazing to take the and so you want to pull any of your oracle cards? I'd take an oracle reading.
Oh yeah, I got that. I don't know if I'm sitting here looking at you and I don't say anything, it's because
Uh-huh.
like you're breaking up sometimes and I can't hear what you're
Oh,
saying.
okay.
So
Let's see. I may have to take my phone out of the little stand. It might have something to do with that. That or I need to get a little closer. Here we go.
you kind of sound like it makes you sound like a robot for a while.
Oh, okay. Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you right now, but we'll just have to see what
Okay.
happens. I think it's just the internet. I think it's just electronics right now. Yeah.
Okay. Mercury retrograde is, you know, hard time communicating. Blame it on Mercury.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had so many things mess up, like anything like electronic and mechanical, like the ice maker. Um, just all these weird things. I'm just
Hmm.
like, I hate Mercury retrograde.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, and it's gonna be that way for a little bit. So,
We have like 2 more weeks before it's over, don't we?
I think it can be.
Are you there? Well, I think we lost Robin there for a minute. We're having some technical difficulties. So hopefully she'll pop back on here soon. And then we can talk a little bit more about mermaids. been a lot of issues lately. I think she might be back. Hey, Debbie, we are experiencing some technical difficulties and hoping to get Madam back here any second. We're hoping to finish talking about mermaids if the internet and the electronics will let us back on. Are you there? I can see you, but you're breaking up, and your screen is stuck. We lost her again. Debbie, when she comes on screen, does it show her breaking up? Like, do you hear her okay, or is it breaking up on that end too? I'm thinking maybe she just has a bad internet connection.
Well, we're back. I don't know what the heck's going on.
Hello.
Yeah. I know, right? She said it was breaking up there too. Debbie says that. And then, so yeah, I think we're just going to broadcast as long as we can.
Yep.
And as long as we can stay in the stream, we'll stick with it.
That's right. Yeah, so I pulled out my book of mythical creatures. It's just like the Mythical Creatures Bible.
Nice.
And I found out something really interesting about mermaids is that they were seen, they always have been associated with the goddess. But
okay.
when you look here, like in the when you get to the medieval times, the church demonized them, of course.
Of course.
Because they were linked with the divine feminine.
Yes, of course.
So,
and anything like that womanized, of course.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so I don't know. I just asked my husband because, we were talking about mermaids. We were going to talk about it. And I was thinking, and I'm like, well, if they're so sensual and they're always like trying to get men, like seduce men, I'm like, how do they even have sex? Like, they're fish on the bottom. My husband is like, well, I really don't got an answer for that. I don't know either. But they, they have been, let's see, this said here that the earliest mermaid story. What?
The audio sounds weird. Is mine kind of weird too, like, I don't know, like electronic, like it's getting sent through an electronic voice changer. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, and mine sounds like that too for you.
It's getting better.
Weird.
That is weird. Oh, now it's good. Yeah, okay. I don't know if it's the internet or if it's StreamYard or if it's just everything. But yeah,
right.
It's we're some technical. Yeah. It's all about the boobs, says Anthony.
That's
Anthony
right.
It is all about the boobs, And anytime bare-breasted women are depicted, I think the church has to get all in a Disney.
Exactly. Yeah, and yet men
solar
walk around
flares. Yes. Solar flares. Yeah.
I saw those were happening too. And that must be why we're so tired. They come through and they do mess with your energy. So the church
you know, anything like that.
Yeah, your sound's cutting out pretty bad, Robin. We're not able to hear you.
Now, again. Well,
Yeah. We didn't hear a thing you said at all.
well, anything that was the divine female was probably, made to look bad in the church.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it was fairly misogynistic.
Yeah. I was reading that said the earliest mermaid story came from Assyria around 1000 BCE, and there was an Assyrian priestess named Atar goddess. She jumped into the sea to wash away the shame of an unwanted pregnancy and emerged as a fish-tailed goddess. So that's supposedly where they came from.
Uh-huh.
So
Well,
I thought
yeah,
it
they
was
had to come from somewhere.
yeah, yeah,
That's cool, though. That's very cool.
yeah. Um, let's see.
Um,
They
I kind of considered myself more of a siren than a mermaid, and I
right.
guess they are two separate things. Oh, yeah,
Yeah. Well,
I'm back.
let's see. This book said that the sirens, and see, everybody has their own idea, but it says they were the bodies of birds and the heads of women. And
Yes.
yeah. And so they lure men to their death. Is that what you do?
Mhm. Well, maybe not.
Seducing them, but not.
Uh, yeah, I lure them to their doom.
There you go. There you go. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. We lost her again, guys. Okay, well, we're just going to keep going. So I've got mermaid cards. If anybody would like a card,
You
just
have to
drop
have
it.
heart
You what? What'd you say?
a shirt, and it had a mermaid on it, and it said something about having to have your coffee before you lure men to their ultimate doom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
That's
that's
funny.
just considered wrong, isn't it?
Yeah. All
Unfortunately.
right.
Yeah. So we're going to see if anybody wants a mermaid card. I know you said you wanted one, Robin.
Yes, I would love that. Thank you. And Anthony Lewis also he said good cards. So he may also want one.
So do you have a specific question or you just want to know what you need to know most?
Uh like what career path should I look to? I mean, like, should I go back to school? Should I, you know, continue in my other profession?
Okay, so I'm going to ask what you need to know about your career
Okay.
because like this doesn't have like a lot to tell you an exact career. We're just going to see what can come through.
Okay.
What does Robin need to know about her career moving forward with her career?
I'm gonna just like shuffle my tarot cards while we're sitting here. Just to, because I haven't touched them I mean, I kind of did, but I really need to spend a bit more time with them.
So you got the discernment card, and this
Uh-huh.
card is all about you taking your time to find out the wisest way forward.
Yeah. I got that
Yeah,
yesterday from my cards. I
yeah,
did tarot for myself, and it was basically take your time in making decisions. Don't rush into things, just like take a look at the whole situation and then decide.
yeah. And it's also saying that you're going to be discovering another aspect of yourself. And so embrace any new facets that you unearth. So I feel like whatever it is, it's going to be something that you discover about yourself, and you're going to use that to move forward. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah, it kind of does.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Anthony says, yes, please, about my heart. Also, you can see if you come up with some same messages. I'm not sure if he means physically about his heart or if he means like emotionally about his heart.
Okay. I guess I was reading it as emotionally, but I tend to do that because I don't usually answer like health questions too much unless I have
Sure.
my health deck out, which I do have a health deck, but let's see. But it would be interesting, Anthony. Are you meaning emotionally or physically? Because they go hand in hand. The physical leads to emotional manifestations, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll go ahead and pull one for Debbie while we're waiting to hear back from Anthony. So
Okay. Yep, because Debbie says, yes, I'll take one, please.
okay, so didn't we? I think
Right
Debbie
off.
was here when we pulled cards week before last,
I
and
think
didn't
so.
something? Isn't she like a reader or a healer or something? Doesn't
Um,
she do? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I could be thinking of someone else. I deal with so many different people each week,
I'm
but
not sure. Debbie, what is it that you do? Are you a healer?
so
She's
like
somewhere.
it's talking about either needing healing or um let's see. She is a healer.
Oh, she is
Yeah.
a healer. Okay, good.
I thought she was. It says it's like right here. Are you being called to heal another? Have you considered a path in the healing arts? There's so many ways to administer healing. Maybe you've just completed a healing course or whatever, but it says that now it's time for you to take that into the world and doing that, right? Like making sure that you've healed yourself and then moving forward into healing others. I don't know if you can see this, but these beautiful mermaids are like taking in the sunlight together and healing. And so I don't know if you've ever done a healing circle, those are getting pretty popular where you bring in, mostly they're usually women, and you like do group healings and therapy, stuff like that. So that might be something that you look into if you haven't done that yet. A lot of people like group healings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
So
it's good to get that energy, going.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, so Anthony says it was his emotional.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Which is good. I think that's better than physical because you
Yeah.
can work on emotional.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. And Debbie says, "Cool, I'll try it. Thanks."
Yeah, because like what I've been finding, because I have a lot of friends that are healers, and you could charge like $50 for a session or whatever you charge, but when you do it all together at the same time and everybody's in the
Mm-hmm.
circle, like even on a video call, you can charge so much less because everybody's experiencing the same healing.
Mm-hmm.
And people, a lot of people can afford that when they can't afford like something a lot more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of people who will come to a group healing when they won't be able to like book like a full session. So that's kind of just a way to get out there and get new people coming in to experience your healing. So okay, Anthony's heart. Okay. So, okay, Debbie says she doesn't charge. Okay. Let's see. Anthony.
Okay, I'm back again.
Anthony got the abundance card.
Hey, all right.
So this talks about being open to receive. And so, like, since we're talking about the heart, I do feel like when there's a lot of trauma or we're hurting, things like that, that we do close off our heart because we're afraid to be hurt or we're afraid of experiencing the same things over and over again. And that we block off that heart energy. So opening your heart energy and clearing that energy place is, something that would be really great. And just being open to receive. So a lot of times we aren't open to receiving. Maybe you feel like you're going to do it all yourself. Maybe you feel like you can't ask for help. These all block your receiving. So I tell people, like, if that's something that you do experience, Anthony, it's very common. I'm working through it myself. I just started saying, okay, every time someone asks me, can I get that for you, or can I do that for you? Say yes. Every time, just for a while, say yes. And then you get used to saying yes and accepting.
Good idea, because I do that a lot.
I think we lost her again, but I see here that, yeah, we lost you again. You sound like a robot.
Yeah, good idea. Oh, that's a good idea. To say yes when people want to help you.
Yeah, well, we have to change the script, right? Just like positive thinking and affirmations. We have to give ourselves easy ways to do that.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah. And I see Nigel said that he won't be joining us on the live for a little while because he's going for a toe operation on the 27th.
Yeah.
And we will miss you. Yes, but
and we'll send you some healing vibes, Nigel.
Absolutely.
You get well fast after that.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Nigel's great. He's the really, really great podcaster friend.
Uh-huh.
He's awesome. And shares our show all the time. So
yeah.
Yeah, I need to empty out my StreamYard though, because I don't know if I'm recording this or not. It might be just live today. I'm not sure. We'll
Oh.
have to see. I think I got my StreamYard is full. So
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. So I'll have to go back and take one of the older episodes of something out of there, and so I can make room for new.
There you go.
Yep, you got to sweep stuff out of your life so you can make room for something new.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's a great time to do that.
Yes,
Fall.
now's an excellent time to do that in the fall and change out. If you haven't already, change out your altars, to reflect the changing season. Clean everything and just kind of tidy up for the upcoming, holidays and stuff. Because really we'll go into winter now. And I don't change out my. I about twice a year I change the entire altar, and like spring and fall, basically.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Other than that, I just kind of keep adding to it, or take things here and there off as I.
Yeah. I think I need to change mine up. Mine's kind of been the same for a while.
Uh-huh.
But I probably need to clean it all up and do something different. But
yeah, and I usually take the opportunity to do that, like at the equinoxes, spring and fall.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yep. It's just a good time, and then it kind of reminds you, oh, it's time to do that again, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It feels good, doesn't it, to get in a cycle of your own, that you feel like you're flowing and there's something that you always know that you have to do. Does that make sense? But you have something to look forward to, that this is something that I can do for myself and my spiritual life. And yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we had a big bonfire yesterday out in the back, way back in the chapel, in this sanctuary back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great.
Let's see. Anthony says that's the same message I've been feeling myself. Okay. Well, Anthony, you let me know if you want any healing. I can tune into your heart and see, if there's something that we can clear out or whatever. And
have I been any place that a spirit would follow me home? Well, there's a lot of spirits around my place, but no, I don't think I've been anywhere that they could follow me home per se. Like I haven't been on any um investigations or anything like that here, like in the last
Well, you can pick them
however
up
long.
just by driving down the road. I mean, you know
Well,
what
I
I'm
haven't
saying?
hardly done that.
So I've had that happen to me when I went to Colorado. I came home with one.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not, I haven't really been anywhere that I could have one follow me home, I wouldn't think, because I've just been like the grocery store, no place in particular, but I do have spirits here at my place. I'm really certain, I'm fairly certain.
I wonder if he's seeing or feeling something around you.
I don't know.
I almost,
Um,
how long has it been since you've been down by the water?
a little while. I'd say probably several days for sure, maybe a week.
Yeah, he can see a spirit. I'm kind of
Well,
feeling it might
I'm
be,
sitting in the room where my mother passed away. So I don't know. She could
oh,
be
gosh.
lingering. I mean, I suppose I think she kind of does hang around.
Yeah,
I've had other people say something about it too, that my mom, I think, is here. She's around here.
right,
So,
right.
and it wouldn't surprise me if her and Mark just kind of stuck around here. They loved it
Yep.
here. This was their home, and so and if they're here, I don't worry about those guys.
Uh-huh.
She
Yeah.
she let look over my shoulder. Yeah, well,
Yeah, so she's over
I
your
have a shadow, I think, or I mean, I can see something right there. It's a
yeah.
shadow, yeah, I think. But yeah, um, now I just want to do one of these. Like, is it still there? So yes, there is a shadow back there, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know, Anthony? Can you see her? What does she look like? And I can tell you maybe who it is.
He said yes,
Right.
right where you're
Yeah.
pointing at. Yep.
Yeah. That's actually. I think it's a shadow. I think
Is it over your left shoulder
right there.
or the right shoulder?
It's right here. I think it's a
So
shadow
that's
of some
that's
sort.
your left, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, because that's the feminine side. That's where our guides that are feminine and our
Okay.
ancestors there on that right on that left side. So that makes total sense.
Yeah, that does make total sense. So, uh, oh, other side. So not this side. This side over here. The right side. Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't I'd love to, but I really don't see spirits. The most I ever catch is sometimes I'll catch like a flash, like you'll see somebody out of the corner of your eye, and then you turn to look at and there's nothing there.
Right.
That's
Right.
the kind of spirits I see. I mean, it's just like a flash out of the corner of my eye.
Yeah. She does like show her grays. So I'm guessing showing that she does have gray colored hair.
Okay. Well, my mom had kind of a whitish blonde colored hair. She colored, but yes, it would have been gray for sure.
Yeah.
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 She was like me, she didn't want to let her gray show. If she could help it.
Yeah.
I,
I feel
I
like
overcolored mine though, and had to get a bit of a haircut.
oh no, oh, it is
So
a lot shorter, isn't it?
yeah, it's a lot shorter. But
Well, it
yeah,
looks
I
good
got.
on you.
Thank you, and I
Yeah.
feel it was time for a change, and everything in my cards and stuff said change, change, change.
Yeah.
So then I thought, well, the hair, that's a good place to start and make some
Right.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there's been a couple times my hair, it's all come off, and it was never by really my choice. It was like like the hairdresser messed up, so it all
Uh-huh.
had to come off. And it just like reminds me of how the Native Americans, the women will shave their hair off totally,
Uh-huh.
right? And then it regrows, and it's because our hair holds emotions.
Oh,
like
yeah.
infants. And so sometimes we just have to get like some of that old hair off that's carrying like emotions that we've been carrying
Yeah.
internally. I'm like, I'm done with that though. I like to get my hair grown out.
Yeah, mine takes a while to grow out. So, I mean, I'll probably be working on this then for, till this time next year, and it'll
Yeah.
probably maybe come back to where it was. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I over worked it, colored
Right.
it because, yeah, I colored it like twice in a row because I didn't like the one. So I covered it up with another, and not
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Overprocessed.
I do think that as we're moving closer up to Halloween and, that we're going to be sensing the spirits around us more. I mean, that's just
Oh,
natural, right?
definitely.
Because the veil
Oh,
is
yeah.
thinning. I just like
Uh-huh.
the other night I was up in my bathroom. Like no one can come into my bedroom without me hearing them, and my
Hmm.
bathroom's way at the other end. And I'm just getting ready, and next thing you know, I felt something huge behind me, and I saw the shadow, and I literally like jumped back and I looked and I started talking because I thought it was one of my family that I did. I was like, I didn't hear you come in, and there was no person there, and I was like, what the heck? So I mean, I tuned in, asked questions, and it was the angel I've been working with lately in my healing, and I'm like,
Ah,
dang, it's like we're all upgrading, we're noticing new things and feeling new things, and that we can all
hmm.
expect to be like sensing and feeling and seeing more than we used to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But it's surprising still, even though we know it and we expect it, it's like it's still surprising when it actually happens.
yeah, yeah, it scared me.
Oh Lord. Oh, I think
Yeah.
Mort might be here. Hey Mort. How's it going? Hey, there he is. Nice to
Yeah,
see you, Mort. I
yeah, some say full shave head lets more energy in.
could kind of see
Mm.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm. Heart
Yep.
brings in a lot of angelic energy. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Mort's saying hi to everybody. Gotta greet everyone. It's really cool. It's almost like seeing friends.
Yeah.
When you do the podcasting and people start showing up and it's like, hey, it's my old friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's great though, and that's one of the things I like about podcasting is that you meet so many great people, through doing it. It's just wonderful.
Yeah. And since we don't think that this is recorded, I want to talk to everybody again before I put this away that
Hmm.
it's the day after Maybon, but you can take an acorn and wrap it in a dollar bill and tuck it away until next Maybon so that the universe will always provide the money you need when you need it.
I am doing that. As soon as we're done on camera here, I'm doing it.
Yeah, and I think this time, like I said, I'm going to throw in a little dash of cinnamon,
Yep, good
right?
call.
And then you just
Yep.
tuck it all up together and put it somewhere, hide it away until
Hmm.
next Maybon.
Yep, I have to go
Yep.
grab my acorn. It's out in the shop.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just walking along the other day and I found it, and so then I had to look up magical properties for acorns. And yeah, it's good. It's all good.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
Mort says he's doing it. You do it,
Yeah.
Mort.
One of these
It's
days we'll work up from dollar bills to $100 bills, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Let's just
Wouldn't it
say
be great?
next year at Maybon, we're all manifesting that we'll be tucking $100 bills away instead of dollar bills.
Let's do it. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
I am too.
I'm so ready for that, honestly.
Me too.
Yeah. The government anymore is just vicious, when it comes to getting money out of people. It's terrible. The things that are going on right now really are breaking my heart about, just the way the government's going, the way the economy is going. It's just
Yeah,
killing me, you know?
yeah. I was like, you go grocery shopping and everything costs more. And
A
like
lot more.
we don't have
Some things are twice as expensive.
we didn't get raises. Did we? Like,
No,
how many people actually got raises or cost of living? And yet we're
nope.
still having to pay more for food. And I was
Yep.
like worried about all the people who can't afford heat. I'm like,
Yeah.
this could not even be an okay situation.
No, not at
It
all.
could be that people have to worry about eating or being warm in the winter. I
Hmm.
mean, like, we need to take care of America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's kind of where I'm, heading with things is trying to find ways to really help people on a meaningful level, not just, I'm the type of person, I don't want to give you a fish. I want to teach you how to fish so you can feed yourself the rest of your life.
right,
That's kind of the kind of help that I want to be able to offer people,
right. Yep,
to tell them how to live better lives so that they can go, and forth and be happier and have more abundance and, just more love in their lives, really.
right. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I have lots of love in my life, and it's awesome.
Yep,
It's the only thing that bolsters me up to get through another day.
yep. Love is all you need.
Yeah, and it's true. And as long as, you are able to love someone and be loved in return, even if it's your pets or, oh, thank you very much, Mort. Mort likes my jacket.
Yeah,
But I think you have to give and receive love, and it makes everything else just so much nicer, so much
yep,
easier to deal with when you know somebody cares.
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I'm still shuffling my cards. Just shuffling away here.
I think we've had some new people come on. I have my mermaid cards if you want a mermaid card.
Oh, there you go, Mort. Would you like a mermaid card? I'm betting he'll probably say yes.
Oh, I don't know
Oh,
about anybody else, but my allergies have been horrible lately.
oh, he says yes, please. Yes, mine
Yeah.
as well. Mine are awful right now. I'm just terrible. My eyes water all the time, and they're itchy, and
Yeah.
the whole I'm verklempt.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. It's probably I don't know if it makes it worse that we have our windows open all the time, but I'm like
Oh,
it's witch bitch autumn. I mean, I can't help it. If it's cool
yeah,
outside, my windows are going to be open, you
yeah,
know, and we're going to
yeah.
enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. And see,
Yeah.
I've had to close all mine because it got so darn cold in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my house is cold. See, I'm sitting here with a jacket on and his hood up.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
that tells you it's a little chilly in here. Oh, it's raining outside now too. That's probably why our reception's terrible.
That could be.
Oh, well, I don't know. Yeah, it's around here. Oh, after the podcast we'll get it. I don't know. It's on a globe. My key for my ride is um I gotta find my ride key at some point because the windows are down and it's raining. So Mort
Okay.
says his allergies are bad too.
Yeah. So more you got the turnaway card. And so this is saying that there's a situation in your life that's challenging or you're not being honored. And it's just a little bit of a nudge to let you know it's okay to walk away. You can still love, you can still send love and healing, but sometimes you have to like just turn away from a situation to gain a better perspective. And if you're not being treated fairly or they're invalidating you, then it's okay to just walk away, even if it's just for a little while. Like one thing that my guides always tell me is that even when we are walking away from people who seem really important to us, if we walk away, always knowing that if we are meant to come back together again, spirit will always make it happen. And that can be like even situations, not just people. So if there's something that you're needing to, well, there you go. He just left his job.
Oh, well, that could make it closer to home,
Oh,
couldn't it?
right. So like that, it's just your validation. That was the exact thing that you should have done, and you're honoring yourself, and that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it is good. It's not good to let yourself be a doormat for anyone at any time, because you deserve better than that. And I think if you don't demand better of the people around you, they're going to treat you how you allow yourself to be treated.
Absolutely. And
So,
then not just that, but that you're telling the universe, like you're sending out your feelings and thoughts, and your energy is saying it's okay if people mistreat me. So that's all the
right.
better we're going to get, unless we say no, that is absolutely not okay. I expect better.
Yeah. Well, hello,
Yeah.
David. David
Hello.
Hope says hello, everyone.
We're just pulling mermaid cards. If
That's a great
anybody,
name, David Hope. I love
yep,
it. Yeah.
we all need a little more hope.
I agree. Because really, that's all the only thing that gets you through day to day is the hope that, even if today is sucky, tomorrow could be better.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
Always a
you got
chance.
to keep the hope alive.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
Funny story. My mother, she passed away and she had this lockbox. It was like a little safe kind of.
Uh huh.
So I thought, well, I wonder if she had anything in there. So I opened it up, and all that was in there was a small vial of injectable vitamin D and a little medallion with an angel on one side, and on the other side it said hope. And I
Oh,
was like, that's she sent that to me,
uh huh.
so that I wouldn't lose hope.
That's right.
Yeah, because there were lots of times I wanted to. That was tough. So, but yeah, she sends me messages all the time,
Uh huh.
and so I just kind of watch for those. So, but yeah, she sends me messages for sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm not quite as clairvoyant as I maybe like to be, but
Yeah.
that's why I think she sends me messages like in that vein. Like
Yes.
things that are a little bit more obvious.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are special, like feathers, and I get
Yes.
lots of feathers. And at the beginning of my spiritual journey, I was just out front in my driveway, and I found an Indian head penny,
Oh wow.
old Indian head penny. And at that point, like my main guide that I knew about was I'm trying to remember his name, but he was Native American, and he tapped
Oh.
he tapped me to heal. Like, so he'd
Uh-huh.
tap my heart, and you get pop 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 pop, and you'd feel it. He's like, I'm
Uh-huh.
healing you right now. I'm trying to remember. Oh gosh, it's been forever since I've even tuned into him. I need to, because I just came across his penny the other day.
Oh, hey, Nito. That is pretty cool.
I have to find his member's name.
Yeah, I'm a penny collector, so I always get excited about pennies. Yay!
Yeah, and then my daughter and I were driving down the road, and this huge white heron was just like
Oh.
circling over and over again. And I got to look up what the heron means as a spirit animal, because
Well, look up egret. If it's all white, it's an
it's
egret.
all white. Okay, so it
If
was.
it's
It was
if
really
it's
white.
gray in color, it's a great blue heron.
Okay, because I think
Yeah.
they put them both on the same. They're considered so close that they're the same.
Okay.
But I'll look, because I Oh, he says the Hope name is a big one to live up to. I
I
bet.
bet it is. I bet it is.
Just think of that. Every time he tells someone his name, he's reminded of Hope.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's a good thing, though. Yeah,
Yep.
for sure. So
Absolutely.
anyway, David, would you like to have a card?
Okay, so Anthony. Well, I have lots of different guides. Like, that was the first one I found out about. Now, we all, like, my belief and my understanding is we all have a guardian angel. Now, my guardian angel, her name is Opal, and then my ascended master is Hilarion. He's like an energy healer from back right after Bible times. And then, but different times, different angels. Like, you kind of have like an angel of the year, right? Like, this angel comes, or whatever being it is that you work with. But then, different times, different ones come in. But like, we all have our totem animal, right? So mine is a tiger. But then whenever I see a bird or an animal that sticks out to me, I go look it up because it's coming to me at that time for a message as a guide.
Hmm.
I mean, so we could have so many. Like I have galactic guides. We have so many. And
Hmm.
then my grandma is always here because she's my
Hmm.
daughter's guardian angel. But then my great grandma, who died a couple years ago, she's been sticking around, and that's mother and daughter, right? And so they're
Yeah.
both there to help me, right?
Yeah.
So I don't even know how many I have, Anthony. I just know I've connected to like so many of them, and then like lately, my new one has been Archangel Metatron. So you never know. There's so
Yeah.
many.
Yeah, that's true. And you just kind of go with like whoever presents themselves, you know?
Hmm.
Really. It's
Yeah.
not I don't think you don't necessarily get to really pick. I think they pick you.
Well, that's I guess the kind of thing is you have ones that are always with you. Before you come, you make that contract, right? So like your guardian
Hmm.
angel and your spirit animal. But there's many times that I'm just like, well, I want to be more confident. So I go and I work with Freya. But
Hmm.
so she becomes kind of like a guide for me, but it was one that I chose to work with,
Right. Yeah.
and so you can kind of pick and choose, but yeah, those ones that are always there, you
Mhm.
really made that decision long before you came, right? A long time ago.
Yeah. I always call on Lilith if I need a little strength or feminine energy or, just a little more assertiveness.
Yeah. Yeah, and we need that as women. We really do.
Oh, for sure. Anthony says many helper, yep, many helper guide or other people guide that come says help my person. Oh, I
Yep.
see. They send you people that will,
Exactly.
yeah, that you'll meet and that it'll be like, oh yes, okay.
Yeah, I mean, just look at like you and I. I mean, we
Hmm.
we saw each other on that group and everything, but
Hmm.
just one day it just kind of connected, and now we're doing a podcast together. I
I
mean,
know.
I think our guides were behind the scenes going, well, let's get them hooked up and see what happens, right?
Yeah, for sure. I agree. And then yeah, I get a lot of people in my life that I think were sent to me,
Yep.
for a reason. And so I never take it lightly, and I always try to rise to the occasion and find out what it was that they were sent to me for, you
Right.
know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh,
Herons are
look at
symbolic of
that.
balance and stability, self-reliance, tact, wisdom, and knowledge. These birds are perceptive and grounded and have a deep sense of contentment in everything they do. To dream of these birds is often a sign of joy and good fortune. Very nice.
Well, that makes total sense because,
Hmm.
with Mabon and everything, I like so I get these women healers together, and like every equinox or solstice or whatever, we do a
Mm.
live healing, and anybody can just
Hmm.
come and it's all kinds of different stuff. And
Hmm.
we did that last night, and I just feel like a new person today. And so many of those things are so true. Like I'm feeling balanced, and like I can move forward just trusting myself. So there
Good.
you go. Aaron was like,
Yeah.
"Yep, yep,
I feel the same way. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to trust in my own abilities to take care of, these earthly matters.
yeah."
And yeah, I'm gonna kick some ass.
There you go. Somebody's got to do it.
I'm gonna kick some ass and take some names.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
I
I've been
know.
thinking a lot about you saying, well, last time were together, we were talking about curses and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I've never actually done that, but I tease about it all the time. And my kids' friends are afraid of me now
Ah,
because
that's
they
so
think I'm going
funny.
to take their hair and curse them. I'm
Yeah. Well,
just kidding,
if it keeps the kids in line, it's
guys.
okay.
Exactly.
God, don't do that. Oh
Yeah, because
Lord. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
it was.
I never had
Are you there?
yeah, I don't ever take that stuff lightly, but sometimes you just really need to to go more on the offensive than to just be defensive, you know.
Yep.
So, but it depends on,
Yeah.
the situation and the people. And, I never do anything that, karma doesn't approve of.
Right. And that's the big thing is just being sure about that. And
Yeah,
I told my husband, like, if I really felt like I needed to, I would.
right.
But
Well, yeah. And I think karma lets you know, because honestly, I feel like I've been a vehicle for karma on many
right,
occasions, like been enlisted to help karma. Like, I
right.
don't care if you don't want to do it or not, you're gonna.
Yeah,
Or it's
right,
gonna come back to shit's gonna come back to visit you,
right. Almost like
because
it's one
you
of your
didn't take
gifts,
care of it.
right? Yeah, you're a helper of karma.
Yeah, and it's been that way for a while now. I think it was part of my being a witch was heeding this call to karma for assistance whenever it comes through.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I always hope never to hear anything on that open line, but
Right,
but
right.
you got to do what you
Yeah.
got to do, and when the universe calls you, you don't say no.
Yeah, I got this book from
Oh,
Spellbound, and
nice.
I the first time I got on a plane, I was flying to Philadelphia, and I took this to read.
Uh-huh.
And I was reading it. I found it really interesting, and it tells in here how to hex and jinx and curse, and then how
Hmm.
to reverse them if people are doing it to you. But I'm sitting there on the airplane, right?
Uh-huh.
And somewhere in this book, they have the Baphomet that has Satan in it. You know, the Baphomet. I'm sitting there, and that picture pops up, and I'm like hiding the book all of a sudden because I'm like, oh my God, everybody in the plane's going to think I'm a devil worshiper. And yeah, that kind of scared me. But
Yeah. Well, and I think that dark magic has a place, and I think that, if you're gonna do it, like you better be pretty darn sure yourself before you do it. And I think it's not something to dabble with lightly at all. I think you
yes.
really have to
Yeah,
meditate on it. You have to pray. You have to do, all the workup beforehand before you start
right.
messing around with that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the picture that was in here, and
Nice.
it scared me to death
Oh
because,
my.
yeah, but it has some really nice, like here's a ritual for petitioning the fairy court.
Ah,
I was like, oh, and that's the other thing we were supposed to do last night, and I forgot was
yeah.
to put out milk or butter for the fairies.
Oh,
I
okay. So
forgot.
we're supposed to be doing that too, huh?
Yeah, because then they'll bring you
Okay.
a Maybon blessing. And darn it, I
Oh,
forgot.
well, I could still put out a little pat of butter for the fairies.
That's right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go do that too.
Yeah. I think Bob might eat the fairy butter, but
Well, that's okay. It's okay for them to. We're just not supposed to.
okay, gotcha. All right, good enough.
Yep.
Well, we're
Yep.
at 58:13. So, is there anything that you would like to mention or anything that you got coming up here uh in the next week or so before we sign off?
I,
I'll
I was thinking of
put you on the
something, but
spot.
now I can't think of it. I guess it
Yeah.
was just you know, the Maybon stuff and
Yeah.
this
We're
stuff
ghost hunting
to do.
Saturday. So
Oh, is that this?
Saturday's the ghost hunt, and we're
Oh,
gonna
gotcha.
we're gonna ghost hunt on Saturday. So hoping
Cool.
a couple people come and join us, and we're gonna see if we can stir up any spirits out there in the she shop.
Cool.
So yep,
You have to tell us next week how it went.
I will. I'd be glad to share all that with you. So hopefully we'll get something going, and like some sort of contact would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have a pendulum?
I do have a pendulum. Yeah.
Do you ever use that for like getting
I
answers from the saints?
sometimes yes, and I figured out. Catherine Sorlos told me that with the pendulum, you're actually communicating with your higher self. And I didn't know that. I thought maybe it was some sort of entity somewhere, but no, it's actually us.
Yeah, I kind of use it for both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I use it to talk to spirits to get their answers, but I make that clear.
Uh-huh.
I'm like so and so, but otherwise, yeah, if you just ask a question, it's your higher self. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna, probably speak to my higher self a little bit today.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
see what's up there. But thank you everyone for joining us today for Magical Mayhem with Nellie Mack and Madam. And we'll see you guys next week with another great topic of witchiness and magic. And in the meantime, you guys all take care. And I will be back on Monday with Ask Madam at 9 p.m. So that's Central Standard Time, too, by the way. So everyone have a blessed day and blessed be.
Bye bye, everybody.